Alright, adventure travellers, that's a wrap for Krakow. A couple of days there, just seeing the sights. And now we are off to Wrocław, which is not how it looks written down on paper. Anyway, probably hashed up that pronunciation. Let's get on the road without further ado. It's pretty hot in this gear and I think it's just going to get hotter today, but it is what it is. Let's go. Alrighty, been on the road for about an hour and a half and still really haven't got into the countryside. It's just a collection of villages, been on a bit of highway, so not sure if it's going to be like this for the rest of the day. Interesting seeing life in the local villages, the houses and the shops as per usual. Nothing massively exciting to report, just a nice day's riding in the sun. Talk to you soon. Oh yeah, we finally found the woods. I thought Poland was a lot more forested than I've seen so far. Maybe it is, maybe I'm just in the wrong part of the country, but it's nice to get in the woods or the forest or the bush or whatever you call it in your part of the world. Nothing like a bit of greenery. I wonder what that says about humans. We like the coast, we like the mountains, we like greenery. Must be something connected to survival, I guess. Anyway, I'll stop waffling on and talk to you soon. I think Poland is relatively flat. I was looking on the map last night or the day before, and compared to Austria and northern Italy and Romania, I'm sure there are some hills somewhere and mountains somewhere, but no massive Alps like Switzerland and the likes. I'm planning to head all the way up to the Baltic Sea, right up to the north, so let's see if that delivers any hills or mountains on the way. And here we are in the city with the cops are behind me. There they go. Okay, as I was saying, we are, oh nice, now we got roadworks. In the city with the unpronounceable name. Is this camera still going? Yeah. The front one's given up. Batteries run out. Anyway. Hope I'm going the right way. Under the bridge. So the place where I'm staying is called Boogie Deluxe, but the good news is I've got a room to myself. Hopefully it's up to scratch, and it's somewhere up here. Okay. Says it's right here. There it is. It was staring me right in the face. Boogie Hostel Deluxe. Okay. Doesn't seem to be too much in the surrounding area, apart from the tattoo parlour and the massage parlour. Massage salon and spa. Okay. And here we are in the room. I've figured out how to say the name of the city, Wrocław. although it's spelt very differently, as you can see on the screen. Nice little room. It's on the 4th floor with no elevator, so I had to lug all my gear, including my panniers, but that's okay. Pretty compact little room. Luckily it's got a desk there. So I'm just going to hang here for a few days, catch up on some admin, and then we'll be heading to Warsaw. Alrighty, we are trying a traditional Polish meal here. It's some sort of beef with some pretty nice looking potatoes covered in gravy. Check this out. Look at that. So these potatoes, they're called potato dumplings, and yeah, they're sort of soft. I like a giant gnocchi, not too bad. So the beef is rolled and it's got pickles and bacon inside it. It's pretty delicious. Good morning, adventure travellers, and it's a wrap from Boogie Wonderland. Well, I was home for a few restful days, but unfortunately it was hotter than a tomato glasshouse. But no time to cry about that. Time to get back on the road, get to the next accommodation, roll the dice and see what we get. And we are on the way to Łódź. I've got to say that the place names in Poland are pronounced nothing like they look to the English speaking eye. While you're at it, give the video a big thumbs up if you like it, subscribe, share with family and friends. Thanks a lot. Anyway, 3.5 hours to Łódź. I don't think it's going to be very exciting, as I might have said before. I think Poland's a big flat country, and I think you might have to try a little bit harder to find the geographical interesting bits. So it might not be too much interesting to bring you today, but if there is, I'll let you know. A couple of interesting things about Wrocław. One is that it's claimed that Picasso first drew the white dove of peace on a serviette in a cafe, as he was known to do. But what's lesser known is that it also became a symbol for communism. Picasso was quite a pro-communist guy, and the communists were liberating Europe from Nazis at the time. So the white dove is not only a symbol for peace, but also for communism. Maybe not so much today. The second interesting thing about Wrocław is that during the communist days, resistance movements would draw gnomes all over the city as a sign of rebellion. And you see them all over Wrocław now, not so much as paintings, but as little brass statuettes all over the place. They're everywhere, and they're very cool. So I've stopped for lunch in the middle of somewhere, nowhere, at a kebab shop, and I'm pretty sure I ordered the small kebab, and they gave me this. Hello. Look at that. Anyway, she's a big old kebab. I might have to take half of it home for dinner. And here's what it looks like unwrapped. And we are back on the road. Looks like I'm having kebab leftovers for dinner tonight. That's not so bad. And we have about an hour and a half until we get to Łódź. Still plenty of forest and trees around, long may it last. Just cruising along. And here we are at the boutique hostel. Oh well, don't judge a book by its cover, but at least it seems like a quiet little street compared to the last couple of places I've been. Let's get inside and check it out. And here we are in the little room. The layout's a bit like a cell, but the fact is it's not bunks and it's quiet. So from where I'm standing, it's bordering on luxury accommodation. Anyway, let's see how comfortable the bed is tonight. There's enough room to swing a cat. And you've even got a little basin, which is sort of what gives it the cell-like ambience. But anyway, I ain't complaining. Okay, yes, we have another maintenance issue. Not a major one. The bike is running pretty well, but unexplainably to me, the fuel efficiency is steadily going down. When I did my 3 weeks around New Zealand at the beginning of 2024, I was getting close to 19 kilometers per litre. Now it's down to 13.5. So, as a very wise mechanic once told me, it can be a Formula One engine or a lawnmower engine, but it's either fuel, air, or spark. So I'm going to change the air filter, although the existing one doesn't seem too gunked up. I'll clean out the spark plugs, but it might be something to do with the carb. Carb might need to be rebuilt, and the float might need to be reset or something like that. But anyway, I'll give the I'll give the spark plugs and the air filter a bit of a tickle up and see if that improves things. There's the air filter in there. Spark plugs are up under there. It's a bit of fun to have a bit of a fettle around now and again. So that'll keep me busy for the morning, and let's see if I get any results. Alrighty, well, we've got the clean air filter in there and the cleaned up spark plugs. Bike's running nice and smooth, but it was running nice and smooth before. So let's see what the fuel efficiency is like once I get through the next leg of the ride. If it's still guzzling gas, then I need to get the carb rebuilt or looked at once I get back to Kiwi land. Let's see how we go. Alrighty, trendsetters, the bike is warmed up and we are off to Warsaw. Just like to say a quick shout out to Ian. Ian has given his 3rd donation to the IHC. Very generous. Thanks again, Ian. You must really be enjoying these videos. Hopefully the bike is going to behave and the fuel efficiency is going to stop going down any further, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. So let's get on the road to Warsaw. Alrighty, a little fun fact about Łódź. Łódź is the filmmaking capital of Poland. They've got a great little film history museum here that I visited yesterday. So the place to filmmakers anyway is affectionately known as Hollywood. Thought that was pretty funny. I guess it's a little bit like Wellywood in New Zealand. Okay, adventure travellers, we're about halfway to Warsaw and it's just been pretty ordinary riding. Nothing to report, just thought I'd check in, and we'll be in Warsaw in about an hour and a half, unless I stop for a drink. So we will see you in Warsaw. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, Warsaw, Poland. Just on the outskirts of town, so not too much to see at the moment, but I'm sure once we get into the middle, that will get a bit more interesting. Alrighty, we must be close to the old town, or in the old town, because we got the old cobbled streets. The bumpity bump. Just up the road here on the left. Oh boy, she's pretty warm. Not quite as warm as Slovakia the other day, but be getting up there around 30 degrees. Alrighty, and just up here on the left somewhere is the Okie Dokie Hostel. I hope it's better than Boogie Wonderland. Where are you, Okie Dokie? Yep. Okie Dokie Hostel, a cafe and bar. Oh, he's got my parking spot. Bugger. We can fit in there. Okay. Okie Dokie Old Town Hostel, Cafe and Bar. Let's see what this one's like. And we are all unpacked and set up at the Okie Dokie Hostel. If you'd like to know more about the ride from New Zealand to Ireland, go to twowheelstoeverywhere.com. If you'd like to know more about the IHC who I'm raising money for, you can go to ihc.co.nz. And if you'd like to support the IHC, that can be done at my Give a Little page. Link is on the screen and in the description below. So I'm going to go ahead for a little bit of a look around the old town, which is in behind me. You'll be able to see that in the next video. As always, thanks for watching, travel safe, and see you on the road.